Myself Rajeshwari. I have completed my BSc from Vikas Degree College with aggregate of 80% of marks in the stream of MPCS. My hobbies are listening to music and playing games. And I belong to a nuclear family. My father, mother, and I have one brother.
Okay.
That's all about myself.
Okay. So far, how many projects you have completed?
2 projects here.
So what is the major difference between EBS and EFS?
The major difference between EFS and EBS are EBS, it means it's a block level storage,
Okay.
and it is a EBS is a EFS is a file based storage, and if you want to store huge amount of data, we use EFS, and we can connect multiple instances at a time.
Okay.
In EBS, only one instance can connect to the EBS, and only 12 volumes is there. XVDA to XVDP.
Okay.
12 volumes is there, and 8 GB is the maximum.
Minimum.
Yes, sir, minimum.
What are the different storage classes we have in S3?
In S3, standard and standard infrequent and intelligent type and glacier deep archives.
Deep archive. Okay. What are the components of VPC?
VPC is upgraded as virtual private network. It allows us to manage your own data center and it will give the logical isolation of IP addresses to the instances. We can deploy our instances in our own VPC. And VPC components are subnets, internet gateway, and NAT devices, endpoints. Subnet is nothing but it gives the logical IP addresses to our instances.
Okay. How many types of subnets we have?
Private subnet and public subnet.
So how can we create a public subnet? How can we create a private subnet?
When we attach to the internet gateway to the any subnet, it will become.
We attach subnet to the internet gateway, or we attach route table to the internet gateway to the route table?
Yes, sir. Route table to the internet gateway to the subnet.
Okay. What is route table?
Route table means it will allow what kind of traffic you want to allow to the particular internet gateway.
So what is the difference between NAT gateway and internet gateway?
Yes, sir. It's a NAT gateway is managed by AWS. When you want to give the internet access to the private subnet instances, we use NAT gateway. It is very charged, and internet gateway is the same way. And if you give internet access to the subnet instances, that will become, when we attach the internet gateway to the subnet, that will become public subnet.
Will become a public subnet. Yes. What are the types of load balancer we have?
Load balancers, we have application load balancers, gateway load balancer, and classic load balancer. Okay,
and one more?
Network load
balancer. So what is auto scaling and how it is going to useful for us?
Auto scaling means when we scale up and scale down the instances based on the traffic. If it is a Flipkart sale, the time number of hits will increase now. Though services also requires for that. So the time automatically will increase the servers and decrease the servers based on traffic.
I want to create one VPC.
Yes.
With 4 subnets.
4 subnets.
One subnet, 2 public subnet, 2 private subnet.
Okay.
One public subnet, I want to have 1 EC2 instance. The other public subnet, I want to have 1 EC2 instance. Okay. And then other 2 private subnet, I want to have a database. Could you please draw an architecture? I want 1 VPC.
Okay.
So in that, I want 6 subnets. Sorry, 4 subnets.
4 subnets. Okay. Region availability zone in the VPC is there.
So in this, I want 4 subnets. EC2 instance.
Internet gateway, sir. 2 public subnets.
And 2 private subnets. In private subnet, I want a DB database. And then in public subnet, I want EC2 instance. I want the load balancer and autoscaling to that. The public subnet is load balancer and autoscaling part. So could you please explain me the Docker architecture?
Yes. Docker architecture is a data architecture. It's a client server architecture we use.
Okay.
And it's a host and client, host and registry is there. In that host, Docker daemon is there. In the daemon will listens the Docker API request, and it will manage all the images and containers. It will the heart of the daemon. Daemon is the heart of the Docker, and yes, sir, that's it, sir. Docker daemon. And
Docker working procedure.
Docker
Working procedure.
working procedure. So we create a file and that will convert into the image, and after that push the Docker registry, and after that we'll create a container from that.